yet to do. I was going to bring my banjo, and George said no.
Yeah, totally. Good friend Larry McDonald. Larry's donated this guitar here to the Visitor Center. We're going to use it for people who come in and are interested in John to get a photo with it in front of our display. As you can see, we have quite an extensive display here with some unique things. So I really want to say thank you, Larry. Good friend of mine. Larry, since the mural has been finished, how many people actually just come into this whole guitar and ask you about the mural and ask you about John?
I don't know. I'll tell you some of the coolest things that happened with that mural was one thing when Jana brought her kids and her paint.
Mm-hmm.
That was so incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that big poster that my sister worked on. It's hanging in the store now, so if you ever want to see your kids hanging in there, that was fun. That particular week too, we also had the FFA convention that was going to Annapolis. So we probably had in excess of 300 FFA kids. Oh, it was incredible. And we tried to get a picture of everyone that came in the store. I don't know, my wife Sandy's probably done 200 tours herself. But the whole thing is, this is why we do this. It brings the community together. We get to talk about people like John Mellencamp. I spent a lot of time trying to get that developed, and thank goodness I took it over to Jana and Mayor Ludeman City Hall. That was a blessing. I couldn't have done it without their help, and then Jim and Richard and Mayor Ludeman actually was a part of that money that John donated. John Mellencamp family donated.
Yeah.
But I don't know, probably 300 to 500 tours.
Wow, that's awesome.
And every one of them folks that come in town, I tell them, please go down to the visitor center, please go out to the Center for the Arts, please visit one of our local restaurants and hotels, and make sure you fill up while you're in town.
Yep, that's important. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that. And where have people come from? Any interesting places?
Oh goodness, California, Australia, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Russia, Canada, and then all over Indiana. Where?
Japan and Germany.
Yeah.
Japan and Germany.
Folks, it's incredible the amount of folks.
It's only been around a few months.
It's a blessing for Seymour. It's a great opportunity for people to understand what John has accomplished. Yeah.
And I know, Larry, you shared an article with me that said, I think it was in 2013, that you kind of were trying to get the ball rolling on this too. And what's it like now that it's complete and you see it?
We couldn't have picked anybody better, Pamela. It's incredible. And I know that was a fear of Jana and the rest of us too, is see how this thing's going to look. And to be honest with you, every day I went out, I told it didn't look like me. Didn't I, Pamela? Pamela, just got to change that. It just doesn't look like me. She goes, I'm working on it, Larry. So that's probably when you said it didn't look like John, and that was me bothering her. Yeah. But I mean, the whole process of all the people that have been involved in this, it's just really cool for downtown Seymour, and it's cool for the community. And me and my wife and my son have had a ball with it, showing all these people and bragging about all the stuff and bringing them in the store and looking at all the John Mellencamp albums and all the bands we all grew up with. I put that stuff on the wall because it was guys I hung out with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guys that Jana and I mean, Gary Myers' band's on the wall probably 5 times. And those are the good memories. Those are the stuff that makes this a special occasion.
I know you and John are friends, childhood friends, and obviously you played with him. What did you guys talk about the day that he stopped by? I know he snuck into this old guitar for quite a while. What did you guys talk about?
We talked about the mural and how pleased he was with the mural.
Oh, that came up?
Yeah. Like I asked him, I said, what do you think? It looks good. And the fact that Pamela left out what he said to her when she had him a paintbrush, and I won't repeat what he said.
Oh, go ahead, Larry.
No, his sisters probably know what he said, but no, we just talked about the bands on the wall and some of the bands that, I mean, back then, folks, you could drive a block and hear a garage band. Gary was probably in 5 or 6 or a dozen bands, and I know I was probably in a dozen bands, and if you got mad at that band, you just walked down the block and played for somebody else.
Find you a new one.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know how many of us in Seymour played drums for John, and Gary played drums for John, and I played drums for John, and there were probably 5 or 6 of us before John took off, and yeah, it's wonderful memories for all of us.
Hey, thank you very much, Larry. Appreciate
Pleasure.
it.
Thank you for having us, Aaron. This is awesome. Glad to be a part of it.
All right.
I just want to make one comment. Larry and his wife they are two of the nicest people ever.
Thank you.
We came into town to look at the mural and we stopped at the art center first and he said, you gotta go into this little guitar, ask for Larry, and you and your wife were just amazingly nice.
Thank you very much. I made a DVD of this, folks, of every 30 minutes when I walked out and bothered her. And you're welcome to a copy of it. They are not for sale, they're free. And whenever the FFA kids would stop in, I'd take a picture of them. And when somebody from Canada would stop in, I'd take a picture of them. And you're welcome to I think the Mellencamp family has their copies. The family has theirs, but it's absolutely free if you want a copy of it. But this is cool. I'm glad the Mural brought us all together to talk about John's successes. And I'm telling you that one of the coolest things is when, again, I bring up Janet's kids. That was so much fun. I mean, I just called my wife and I said, you gotta run out and buy 25 paintbrushes. What are you doing? I said, Janet's bringing her kids to paint on the mural. So she went out and got 25 paintbrushes. We put the kids' names on the brushes, put a plastic bag, and they showed up in their school clothes. So we panicked and I thought, oh my God, these parents are gonna say, these kids, they ruined my clothes. So went inside and we found 25 shirts. Some of them fit and some didn't. And stuck them on those kids. And most of them kept them, which warmed my heart as well. But that was fun. That just made that was a big event for me.
One of the kids forgot the Rascal Flatts shirt, and I have it.
I don't. You can keep it. Yeah. I had John Mellencamp shirts in there, but I didn't want to give them those because the kids had paint all over. We had all kind of shirts. Some of them were old concert shirts that I collected through the years, and my sister went out for Christmas present and made a poster and 16 by 20 and took it out to Janet, and Janet signed one of the posters, thanks, and how all of her kids signed it as well. And it's hanging in the store now. And that's what that store is all about. It's all about memories of families and events that have happened in Seymour. And when I found out that Aaron was going to do this down here, I said, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So again, it's a beautiful building. This is something we should be promoting. And thanks to Sean for the call on the department. That worked out really well. Family was very pleased. She could walk back and forth to the department if she needed to as well. So thanks to you agreements. And welcome to the new mayor. Matt, thank you for coming. I look forward to your successes.